Hey everyone, this is Amaraz, and this will be my first Let's Play. I was checking out Direwolf20's videos of him playing Fortresscraft Evolved, and it kind of got me into it. And I have a world here, which I actually put everything on scarce, and I'm playing on clumsy mode. And so I'll just kind of go along and play, and hopefully you guys will learn something, and I'll definitely be learning a lot from this, playing this game some more. And so resource level is just how much resources is spawned on the map, and there's 3 settings now. When I was playing, there's actually only scarce and plentiful. Greg, if you guys are familiar with Greg Tech at all, you guys probably know that that would probably be the hardest one to do. But I'm going to put plentiful for this, and also power level plentiful. Scarce just means that your power generation is lower. I think it's half, and also ores and stuff like that is double the amount too. Cost double the amount. Conveyor speed's fast. This also just changes the conveyor speed, and all these other settings I didn't really mess with too much except death mode. I put clumsy, and so this is when you die, you actually drop your items. And so let's play. And here we go, create world. So when you start the game, you're actually just flying around your spaceship, and oh, what's that? That's definitely not good. So you end up crash landing on a planet, and it's procedurally generated, and if you watch carefully, you can actually see the crash landing into the area that we're actually spawn in. And I believe right now you can actually kind of see where we're going to be landing. You can make out the terrain a little bit. I just found that was pretty interesting that you could actually see that. And this is a tutorial, and there's a force field around you in the beginning of the game. You actually can't leave it, it just bounces you back like that. And so this game, if you're familiar with Minecraft, it's kind of similar to Minecraft. A lot of the mechanics is like, or I guess the basic mechanics are the same, but ultimately it's entirely different in a lot of different areas. And so this is a tutorial. It wants us to add some resources to the central processing hub. I think that's what it's called. And if you press E on this, you can open up this menu and click add resources to add some stuff to be burned and make power for you. This is old tech oriented, so you need energy and everything like that to survive. So this is being burned, and not sure exactly how much a second. I could probably calculate that out, but not during this. But so yeah, now that we got the CPH with power, we're actually filling this power storage block now, and it's telling us to hold Q. And if you look in the upper left corner, you see energy suit power level, and it's slowly dropping over time. If you press Q on this, it starts refueling it and draining energy out of the power storage block. And now it wants me to add power to this ore extractor. So this is ore extractor. It's messing with this item, which is coal. So it's actually extracting coal for me once it has energy. So to add energy, you just press E on this and click add power. And as you can see, it's actually draining my suit energy up there. And now, as you can see, it's mining. And the ore is going to be automatically deposited in here, and I'm slowly freezing to death. So if you look in the upper right hand corner of the screen, you'll see environmental hazard levels, and there's your external temperature, suit temperature, and then your battery use rate depending on how cold it is. So when it's really cold or really hot, your energy consumption goes up because it's trying to regulate your temperature. And now the tutorial wants us to remove coal from this hopper, so I'll go ahead and do that. It wants us to scan an item now. So this is your scanner. You open this up by pressing M, and the tutorial will automatically open it. I want you to find an item and scan it, which you don't know yet. And so if you look in the lower left hand corner, it says unknown block detected when I look at this snow. And when I look at this, it just comes up with item name. So that means we already know these items. And since it's an item that we can actually craft, and we have them, then we already know what they are. And so here's some snow. Let's scan it. You hold right click to scan. And now I got the item stored in this scanner. And you go over here to this research station. Press E to open it. And this is a research terminal. You can see what we just scanned right here, unknown material, and it kind of gives you some information about unknown materials and stuff like that, and you see the power required to do this, and you see our power levels right here. So this is all the power that's inside of this, and I'll click process, and now I just processed that, found out that it's snow. That gave me actually 1 research points, and you use research points to unlock recipes and projects. So if I want to, I can actually unlock this to make. And this is just a storage crate that you can put some items into. And also you can do projects. Projects are a little bit bigger. Generally they require more research points. And they can actually unlock multiple recipes for you to use more research points to get. So it's very research based. And I won't be researching anything right now. I'll show you more of that later. And now it wants us to open this thing, which this is our crafter manufacturing plant actually. And you press E on it. And this is all the stuff that we know how to make, not necessarily all the things we can make right now, because as you can see over here, this is materials required to make this item. And I only have 2 copper in my inventory, so the only thing I can make right now is actually the Arthur power core. So let's craft that.
Crafting.
So now the tutorial just ended, and if you it brings up the help menu. And so if you notice, there's this robot right here to the left, and that's actually your helper robot, Arthur. He'll stay off to the side of your screen, eventually just telling you stuff like it's saying no coal burned in the last minute. So that means this thing hasn't, or anything that we have hasn't burned any coal. So you go here, add resources, and that will go away. And Arthur actually stores energy for you. I believe he starts out with, able to hold 256 power. And he charges in the daytime. He's solar powered. As you can see, since I put energy in here, in the lower left hand corner you can see the power of the hub going up, and also here the power of the research station's going up, so that's good. And the help menu, which you access by pressing H, is really helpful because it actually is context based. So if I'm looking at this and press H, you can see what I'm looking at, the selected block, and then also selected and hotbar block. And these are just a suggested guide. You don't really have to go in that. It just kind of tells you how to do the controls and stuff like that. But you can also just manually search through it if you want to find out stuff. And it's really helpful. Like if you want to know how conveyor belts work, you can actually press H and check it out. And it will give you a few pages of information, even the specs of how it works. You can get some pretty useful information, especially when you want to do more advanced stuff. You see here, there's this holograph here. It's saying to put these conveyor belts here and this logistics hopper right here in order to get the coal from this storage hopper into this thing automatically for us. So let's go ahead and place this. So if you watch, I'll place these down, but it's facing the wrong way. So you can actually go up to it and press R on it, and it will change the direction of it, and I actually just made it go back into the storage hopper. But and it also points to the direction that you're facing, so if you do this, I can get them all facing the right way, And now this is a logistics hopper. Hoppers pretty much store items and output them into adjacent blocks, and depending on the setting you have them. And it also automatically goes into any conveyor belts nearby. So if I place one down here, the coal blocks are now going into the logistics hopper and into the hub automatically, so I don't have to keep adding resources. So just a little bit of coal should be automatically added in there. Yep, there we go. So this thing is a storage hopper. It can store 100 items and it actually transfers pretty fast, whereas a logistics hopper, it can only hold 2 items and it transfers at a kind of fast pace, but not as fast as a storage hopper. Then there's one other hopper, which is the mini hopper right here. It stores 10 items, but it transfers very slowly. So in the beginning, you can really only make the logistics hopper and mini hopper. It's kind of, I mean, you require iron for the storage hopper, so that would be later down the line when we start finding iron and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and press M to bring up the ore scanner. And if you look, there's some writing on the ore scanner. You can use your mouse wheel to select different things like ping air, ping known ore, and ping unknown. So ping air just pings where there's air at. It's useful for finding caverns underground, but if I were to do it on the surface, of course, I'd just... Oh, that's where air is. But it works in a radius around you, so it's not going to blind you with a bunch of purple lights. But it's useful underground when you want to find where a cave is. Ping known ore, since the only ore I know is coal. I can see, wow, that's a pretty big ore area right here, actually, or coal area. And you can actually right-click on a block and on an ore block and hold it, and it'll tell you how much is in there. As you can see, there's only 10,501 ore here. And you may think that's a lot, but these ore extractors actually only gain 10% of that. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, it says efficiency there, and it says at 10%. So out of this, what was it, 10,000 about, I'm actually only going to get 105 of that. Or 1,005, I mean. And so this other one, which should be right under here, you just press right click to break blocks and you instantly break them, which is really nice. You can actually get through stuff pretty quick. But I'll scan this one. As you can see, this one's a lot bigger, 337,920. It's about 3 times the size of that one, which is nice, or 30 times the size of that one, I mean. Now if you notice this guy here, he's a giant robot that actually helps defend your base. He's kind of glitched out at the moment. I don't know, it happened the last time I started a game, but once I reloaded it, he was back working normal. But it's actually pretty cool. His feet are actually rendered realistically, like placing where they're supposed to be going. His legs aren't rendering correctly right now, but it's actually kind of cool to see him like standing half on a tree and half off of it. And now I gotta find some resources. And actually I gotta scan this stuff here that I got in my inventory. If you see these 2 unknown items, gotta see what they are. That must have been the rocks I dug up earlier. So I found dirt, and I found rough-hewn rock. It stays a question mark in your hotbar. I'm not sure exactly why. It's probably just a glitch, but I usually just get rid of them. And it just clears it right up. And you can bring stuff down into your hotbar like this. And it's interesting because you have multiple hotbars in this game. So you can actually just switch between them by holding control and using the mouse wheel. You switch between each tab, which is really nice because you can have one tab for building, one tab for putting down conveyors, one tab for building machines and stuff like that. And you'll watch me actually just... Oh, this thing's running out of power. So I just gotta keep filling this thing with power, and I'll just wait till it fills up completely. And I'll actually just fill this up directly. That should be good for now, and let's find some other ores. So I'll ping unknown right now, and it will show you all the unknown stuff that I haven't researched yet. So there's something over here. That's leaves. So I'll scan this. There we go. And I'll scan this wood. There's also these items right here, or these life forms, which you can scan also. And so I'll just go around scanning for a little bit. Oh, as you can see, I'm out of power. It takes power to scan things. Oh yeah, that's a grappling hook. If you press F, you shoot out a grappling hook. I got so used to using it that I just don't even think about it anymore. Let me get some energy here. It's really cool. You can actually traverse a lot of terrain. It's pretty fun to use. You just shoot up somewhere. And you can actually kind of swing around too if you get good at it. I almost died there actually, but you can use it to traverse pretty fast and far, but you can also kill yourself pretty easily with it, like I almost did. And let's oh yeah, I gotta research this items that I scanned. Okay, so leaves get me 5 research points. Tree trunk. Give me some more. And more. So, as you can see, we got a little bit more research points. I can research this black box data. It could help us determine what happened during the crash, so let's research that. Recorded C has now been complete. Confirms your visual analysis that foreign object, believed to be a meteor, hit the station as you're preparing to dock. The resulting explosion, no, the spread was detected this time. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that unlocked, if anything, but I'll go ahead and kind of, I think I know what to go for. I think suit upgrading is not crucial right now, but maybe power grid and basic. No, I don't think I need basic mining upgrades yet. I'll do suit upgrading. As you can see, more stuff unlocked too. I can actually get improved ore mining, or ore scanning. And this actually allows you to ping for ore specifically. I'll show you that later once I get the ability to do so. And let's actually find some ores now. So I'll ping unknown again. And there's actually something under my crashed ship, but it's kind of hard to get over there. I'm not sure why that disappeared there, but if you look off of it a little bit. But it's really hot there, so I'm probably not going to mess with that. That's pretty far down. Actually, whoa, pretty big cave right here. Actually, there's something right here. What's that? Scanned a new block. I think that's 10, so... Oh, it actually goes all the way up here. Not sure why it didn't appear on my first scan. Here we go, let's find out what that was. As I thought, it was 10. And our recipes, I actually unlocked a few other things because of the fact that I researched suit upgrading, and those are just some upgrades you can get. And also, this is that Arthur power core in your inventory. You actually got to keep that in your inventory to keep him up and running correctly. If I would have dropped this, I'm not sure exactly if you can drop items. I'm trying to press Q like in Minecraft, but of course nothing happens. So let's see if we can start mining this tin. Kind of clear out the area. See if there's see how much there is and if there's an easier way of accessing it. So it's quite a bit of tin, not too much actually, but it's definitely good to start out with. So I just placed down an ore extractor on top of it, and I'll add some power to it so it automatically starts mining for me. There we go, and I'll leave that alone and quickly refill my energy so I don't freeze to death. And now we need to find some other ores like copper, and there should be some copper near your base too, which I think this probably is copper because it's so close to us, to the surface I should say. And so, also if you go somewhere dark, you can actually, instead of just placing torches everywhere, which you can do, you can also throw temporary lightings like glow sticks if you press G. It takes a little bit of suit energy, I believe 5 each throw, but it lights up a good area and it lasts for quite a bit, so it's really nice for exploring areas that you might not want to just waste torches on. And I'll probably just put a torch down here just because I'll probably be coming in and out of this place for quite a bit. In this game you automatically go up 1 block high steps, which is pretty nice. And let's see how much copper we found, and also I gotta research or scan that this is copper. So I found copper, and I got some more research points that I'll be going into a little, looking at a little bit more later. Now let's come back here and scan this. Okay, not too bad on the amount of copper. But let me make these stairs a little bit better, just so I can have the ore extractor a little closer to my base, and it's definitely nice to do that because then you won't be using as many conveyor belts when you do start automating it. And I'll just kind of clear out a quick and dirty path here. And let's see how far back this goes. Okay, so it ends about right there. Okay, I'll put my second ore extractor down. Well, that's actually my third one, but powered it up. Oh, I'm freezing. As you can see, the screen starts turning blue when you start getting too cold. It actually starts turning red if you start getting too hot. So now that we found both copper and tin, let's kind of look at what we can start doing with that. And over here, if you look, there's an ore smelter. If you open this up, you can actually click add ore to add some ores in it, or you can actually just drag it into there. So let's look at our tin and see if we got any tin ore in our extractor. There it is. And as you can see, I got 24 tin ore. And some of this stuff, the standard cutter head, is just some upgrades you can do. An economy drill motor, which is another upgrade. You just click here and it puts your highest motor in there. And it just makes it run faster, but also require more energy. This actually makes it more efficient up here. But as far as I know, all cutter heads, besides the standard ones, have a limited durability, so you got to keep replacing them, which isn't too bad, seeing as how you can double, triple, or quadruple how much resources you would normally get, which is definitely a really good plus. And full on coal over here right now. So one thing I like doing is getting rid of the storage hopper and putting it down one of my extractors to help with storage issues, because really I don't need to store 100 coal here. So let me burn some of this tin. So I'll put the tin in here. As you can see, the temperature on the ore smelter is actually rising, and once it gets to a certain temperature, it will start smelting the tin. And we'll be back when that happens. Okay, so as you can see, the temperature is rising up all the way to where it has to be. Now this bar starts ticking down, and now it's smelting 4 tin ore into 1 tin bar. So in this mode, when you're playing in Plentiful, it requires 4 ore to be turned into a bar. In Scarce mode, it's 8. And you also don't start with a coal supply and everything like that. It's actually pretty hard to start in scarce mode. It takes a while. It takes a lot longer, which is why I didn't want to go through that. So let's check on our copper. I got some copper here. I can add some more power. And also probably add more power to my tin one. So in the beginning of the game, you're going to be going back and forth quite a bit between your ore extractors. And I usually try to automate everything as quick as I can. And I'm sure there's people probably saying that I'm slow, but this is probably this is my third world, which I've only really spent like not too much time on either one, but my first one I got pretty far into it. But let's actually start smelting some copper. And let's see what some stuff that we can do. Okay, so can't really make any hoppers right now, but when I get to the ability, or get to copper, I'll make this logistics hopper, and I'll take that hopper and put it next to my copper vein, so that the extractor automatically deposits into the hopper, because these extractors can only store a certain number of items, and I can't remember exactly what it is in the beginning, but yeah, and I guess we can kind of explore a little bit. I didn't really scan all the life forms around me, so I'll go ahead and do that, just scan the rest of the stuff up on the surface. There's not too much on the surface, a lot of stuff is underground, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so over here my tin extractor is actually low on storage, so they can hold up 28 items. So I'll take that out so I can start running again. It actually seizes up and it won't run if it's full. So it's nice to get a storage hopper or some type of hopper next to it in the beginning, so you don't have to keep going back and forth adding power and also taking the ores out. And later we'll get into how to power things remotely. This is just kind of an intro just to get you guys familiar with the game. And let's get this copper out, and I can build a logistics hopper.
Crafting.
And as you remember, logistics hoppers only stores 2 items, but it's relatively fast in how it transfers items, so it will be fine for extractors work if you got conveyors coming out of them. If you try to put a mini hopper here, it takes forever just to get an item out of it. And let's take that storage hopper and put it over here next to our copper. So you just place it anywhere touching it, and items will automatically get put into the hopper. If you look in the lower left hand corner, there's a lock status, and if you press E, it toggles through it. Remove only means only items can be removed from this hopper. Conveyors can still put items into it, but nothing else can, just remove items. And then add only means only items can be added to it, so things can't be taken out. But conveyors can still take items out of it, so conveyors ignore any lock that you put on it. And I'm not sure if locked works with conveyors or not. I'm not sure exactly. I guess it wouldn't, because then that means that you'd just be able to, I mean, there'd be no other purpose for that status. If it was locked and it couldn't interact with anything, there's no point in that. So I'll put that on add only, so the extractor can only add only items to it, but there's going to be nothing else conflicting with that, so it's not too big of a deal. And so I'll smelt up the rest of this copper, and be back in a little bit, and I'll actually start putting some conveyor belts to automatically smelt our ores. Okay, see you then. Okay, we're back. I got some bit of copper now, and go ahead and use a manufacturing thing to make some basic conveyor belts. These are the slowest conveyor belts, but they're cheap. You use only 1 copper and you make 5 conveyor belts. They're pretty nice in the beginning. So I'll just make, say, 30 of them. And let's see if I can actually automate the extraction of this over here. So just put a light down so you can see. And conveyor belts are a little bit weird right now. I'll move this hopper down over here. they don't seem like they'll be connecting into each other, but they will. If you to go up a wall like this, you actually have to put it on the wall, and as you can see, it doesn't look like they're connected, but they are. They will get transferred over like that. They're probably going to change that in the future. I'm pretty sure they will, but yeah, and as you can see, you have to go directly up into the block again just to continue on. You just gotta kind of get used to it, and in no time it's not that big of an issue. And let me connect this up to my, or actually I'm gonna need that storage hopper over there for over there now. I didn't realize I was gonna automate this so quickly, so there really was no need for me to put the storage hopper over there. But let me put this like this, and if you guys watch Direwolf's videos, you'll see that he likes putting his conveyor belts down one block like that, and I do too. It just looks a lot nicer. So let me get some a logistics hopper for that. And also I'll probably make one for, I can't, so let me smelt some more tin and switch this out with a logistics hopper. So the conveyor belts, or the grappling hook's really nice. It makes moving around so easy in this game, and I think in the future they're probably going to make it probably reduce how effective it is in the beginning of the game and just make it so you gotta upgrade it and over time. It talks about other things like that, like the build gun. Like right now you can actually break things as far away as you want and build things as far away as you want. And in the future I heard that they're probably gonna be making it not like that, so you actually have to upgrade your suit or your gun to make it so it's able to mine and place blocks that far. So I'm actually going to make a sloped conveyor, and as you can see it requires a conveyor belt and a copper bar, and this requires one of each, and it actually only gives you one, but it's actually a lot faster. So I'll make one of those, and I'm going to have to upgrade it to a sloped up with one copper bar. So it's actually automatically depositing everything that's smelting into this storage hopper right now, which I don't really want. So I'll set this to remove only, so only items will be removed from this hopper. And now that it's remove only, once I get this hooked up in there, it will automatically start pulling things out. Oh, let me keep that in there. Oh. As when it's in the middle of smelting, you can't actually add items to it. Not sure why that is, but that's just how it is right now. So let's make that sloped up conveyor and place it down. So now we're automating copper going into the smelter. And now the smelter is only going to be able to... Actually, I'm not sure how many items the smelter can hold in it, but it can only do one item type at a time now because it will get backlogged with tin, and now it had to pull the tin out for the copper to go in and smelt. So let me build a mini hopper next to that, and this will help with being able to put items into it. I'll make it add only, so I can only add items to it, and as you can see, a 10 bars now inside of it. And let me just gather some more resources, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so these tin ores still smelting right now, so as that's going on, I'm actually gonna kind of explore deeper down and kind of show you how this game, like how a lot of the core things of this game is actually underground. There's actually a pretty cool cavern right under my base. As you can see, it starts getting really dark when you get underground. So I'll kind of throw these glow sticks out there so I can see. Wow, that's really far down there. Is that some ore? Is that? Yeah, right there. Some more. Let's see what this is. So it's copper, and wow, that's quite a bit there. 2 times more than the one that I got up there. probably be harvesting that later. Let's do an ore ping down here. Or an unknown ping. See if there's anything we don't know down here. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff down there. Let's see what that is. Go down a little bit and... Okay, so it said that I already scanned it, but that's because I actually picked up the item before I scanned it. When you pick up an item, it's actually the same thing as scanning it. So as you can see, I got some unknown material in my inventory, and now let me make it out of here. I kind of just got confused for a second there, but there's no way out. As you can see, it's so nice being able to use a grappling hook. Get some energy and check what this item is. And I'll meet you guys back down there in that cavern. Okay, so I'm back down in that cavern and put some torches around just so it's a little easier to see. I'm not sure how bright it's going to be for the YouTube video. I'll try to keep my light on as much as I can, and also just try to keep it as bright for you guys so you guys can see everything. And if you guys have any issues with that, you can just leave a comment down. I'm not sure. Yeah, so let's do another ping for unknown, and oh, there's something else here. Okay. I believe that's bedrock. And bedrock's not the same in this as it is in Minecraft. It's not the indestructible item in the game. So let's go. I guess I should go research that, or yeah, finish researching that so I won't get just blinded by that every time I do an unknown scan. So I'll be back again, and trying to show you guys some ores, but yeah, we'll find them. So I just came back to my base, and this thing was full, so I got some resources now. I think I'm going to try to automate my tin production now too. I'll set up the conveyor belts now and probably later build a hopper for it. So let's go over from here. Is that the height of my base? It is, so I'll have it cut across like this. And once I start finishing up laying down the conveyor belts, I'll show you guys the end of it. Yeah, so a helpful tip for building up is if you get the bottom one placed correctly, so see how it's facing down. If you were to try to place the other ones, they're all facing down. But if you were to turn this one around and place the next one, it would be facing up. But an easy way is when you automatically put an item like this, it pushes you up, and as you can see, it's facing the right way. So you can make really deep tunnels and just easily build out of them like that with conveyors going up. It's an easy way to place conveyors. Otherwise, you'll be sitting back here trying to place them and having to rotate them every time that you place one, which is kind of tedious, but this helps out a lot being able to do that. I just had enough conveyor belts to finish this up. So now I automated both copper and tin. I'll try to start getting some iron so I can actually get a actual storage hopper over there to keep the bars, so I don't have to keep coming back up here to get 10 bars and stuff like that. 10 bars, not 10 bars. And head back down here using my grappling hook. As you can see, I love using this. Oh, there's a little bit of lag there, but not too bad. And oh, I didn't check my energy, but I'm actually pretty low on energy. I'll be right back. Okay, I filled up on energy. You can actually grab energy from really far away. I think it's 64 blocks is the maximum distance you can. Not 100% sure about that, but that's what I was guessing it would be. Oh, there's actually some that looks like tin up here. Man, Plentiful has a lot more resources. Ooh, that hurt. Let's do another ping down here. Ping down. Ooh. as you see, that over there is plight iron. Let's go check that out. Kind of hoping that's iron. It might be something else actually. It might be another type of rock. And you can actually turn on the light from your suit, but as you can see, it's, well, that's like really draining power. Let me put up some torches, just because I'm realizing it's probably really hard for you guys to see when I'm in the dark. If you notice, I got 0 torches, but if I try to place one, it actually automatically crafts one from the coal here, and uses it into the, just pretty much automatically crafts for you, which is nice. Where was that at again? Let's ping another one. Ooh, oh, it's right there. Is that it? No, I already know that. Ooh, it probably is iron actually. Got no power. Oh, I need to make it up quick. I'm starting to gonna start freezing soon. And when you're freezing, you can actually use torches to heat yourself back up. So if you look in the upper right hand corner, my external temperature will start raising. Hopefully, sometimes it takes a while between placing the block and it updating. But now you can see it, I'm actually burning now, so gotta take that down. And let's see if I can make my way out of here. And freezing again? Nope. Oh no. This might be the end. Let's see if I can heat myself up. There we go. Okay, now let's see if I can get up here. There we go, that was easier. You kind of got to get used to how the conveyor or the grappling hook works, and let's also grab these ores, and I'll head back down there and scan that iron. Ow. I think that was over here, right? Because I'll just ping it and it will come up again. I don't know, it's right over here. Kind of liking this. My ores are pretty close together. So let's scan this. That looks like a really big one too, probably over 1 million. And that might be something else down there. So I'll head back up and I'll meet you guys at the research station. Okay, back at the research station, I'll research the stuff that I found. Rubble and iron ore. So I think it's about that time for me to wrap up this episode. And you guys have any anything you want me to add, or anything you got questions about, or even just advice on how I should run my channel, and I'll be trying to add some consistency to this channel now, but I'm pretty busy, so we'll see what happens. And if you guys like this, like it, and yeah, see you guys next episode.